Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Greetings to all family, staff, parents, neighbors, and most importantly, all students in the T.C.Williams graduating class of 2020. My name is Amaya Chisholm, and I stand before you as your classmate, friend, and lastly, class president. Right about now, we had envisioned going to our prom, senior cookout, walking around the hallways of our elementary and middle schools, and even hearing our names celebrated as we walk across the stage at Mason. Instead, we were unexpectedly hit with a pandemic that not only took away our plans and some of our loved ones, but also blurred our futures. In addition to this pandemic, we have also witnessed multiple murders in the Black community at the hands of police brutality. George Floyd being the catalyst to make us take a stance against oppression and fight the long fight against systematic and institutionalized racism. Even here, in our very own city, our voices contributed to the removal of the Appomattox statue that once celebrated Confederate soldiers. These remarkable events are not only memorable, but they are intentional. They are showing us that we are capable of changing the normality and being the generation to break the chain against unacceptable injustices. Being in a swimming pool of different ethnicities, different cultures, and many different backgrounds has given us an opportunity that many high schools cannot say they have had. This is adaptation and acceptance. TC gave us a united atmosphere where we can individually find smaller communities that tended to our personal similarities while still giving us the chance to teach, learn, and understand one another's differences. Whether you are a part of MSAN, Black Student Union, Gay Straight Alliance, FBLA, SGA, or even playing your favorite sport, TC is a place that we can all call home. A Titan is defined as an extremely strong and powerful person, and that is something that we have all proven to be. Even though we cannot chant babies at our pep rally to our underclassmen, walk to the circle to our cars or our bus, say farewells to our favorite teachers, or even fill up Mr. Ballas's office with sticky notes as our senior prank, we are able to take with us the knowledge of knowing that we are able to adapt. Adapt to unexpected changes, disappointments, and different communities. With these tools in the year that we have had, we are able to conquer anything and make change that will empower students that come after us. Remember your strength, remember your tools, and remember to have everyone remember our impact.
What do I love? I love my family, my friends, my books, the fact that I have a place to sleep, eat, be happy for the most part, a school with teachers who care about me, that actually try to help me get my work done when it's due. I think I already said I love my family, but yeah, I love them too, a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
I love my family. Right, Mom? Right, Dad?
I love my family.
I love my family.
I love my family.
I love my family.
My family.
I love my friends.
I love being around the people that make me happiest.
I love my whole support system.
Family and friends who have been there since day one.
Everybody who's been in my life and has always believed in me.
Without these people, I really wouldn't be the person I am now. So I love all of them.
I love the people in my life who continue to encourage and motivate me.
All of those who have supported me throughout my high school years. Everyone who has poured into me in these past years to make me who I am today.
I love my support system.
I love the times I've spent before and after school with my professors. I'm grateful for those times.
My parents have sacrificed a lot of their lives to bring comfort to mine. I love my parents who have sacrificed a lot for me and just worked very hard for me to have a better future.
I love my mom. I love my dog. My dog.
My dog, hanging out with friends.
And one thing I love are animals, especially fish.
My mom, my brothers, my grandparents.
I love my brother.
I love being a twin and having a large family.
What do you love?
I love you.
I love you too.
I love my family, my friends, and my girlfriend.
I love seeing my friends on a day-to-day basis.
I love who I am as a person.
I love myself. Each and every day, I continue to love myself even more.
My Ethiopian culture,
my skin, and my culture.
I love music, learning, my heritage, and my family.
I love music.
I love music.
I love cooking for my family.
Dance.
Dancing.
I love sports.
I love running.
I love Titans ice hockey.
Baseball.
Playing soccer.
Playing rugby.
Play for the school.
Being on the crew team was my favorite thing.
My team.
I love cheer.
I love camping.
My horse.
Playing the sport with all my friends.
I love to run. I love to lift.
I love sports.
I love rowing.
I love playing video games.
I love to play sports.
I love lacrosse.
I really love Leonardo da Vinci.
I love helicopters because they are awesome and gorillas because they are similar to humans.
I love science.
The beauty, nature of Earth.
Planet Earth.
Just being able to be in the ocean.
I love listening to stories.
Is reading.
Writing poetry.
I love words.
I love technical drawing.
Being part of a community.
I was part of something that was pretty big.
Arts and revolution.
I love the opportunities offered for every single race in this community.
I love the fact that I have the ability to determine my own future.
I love the United States.
I love to see people push through and help others.
Watching people who come from nothing turn that nothing into something and giving back to their community.
I love school spirit.
I got to be a Titan and I always will be.
T.C.Williams is the greatest high school in the nation.
I love the class of 2020.
Good morning, class of 2020. Congratulations on reaching this milestone in your lives. Today is a special day because you all are graduating from the T.C.Williams High School. It is also a unique time for all of us during this global pandemic. One thing is for sure, you've made history by being the first virtual graduation in the history of Alexandria City Public Schools. And I know there are so many people who are so proud of each and every one of you. Your parents, your family, our faculty, your friends, all who share in this wonderful achievement. And there are some who you may or may not know by name. And I would like to acknowledge a few of them today. They've played an essential part in supporting our schools and ensuring that every single one of you has the financial, capital, human, and educational resources that you need in order to thrive and to graduate today. I want to say thank you to our school board who tirelessly work on your behalf each and every day, especially during these trying times. The Honorable Chair, Cindy Anderson, the Honorable Vice Chair, Veronica Nolan, the Honorable Megan Alderton, the Honorable Ramey Gentry, the Honorable Jacinta Green, the Honorable Margaret Lorber, the Honorable Dr. Michelle Reif, the Honorable Christopher Suarez, and the Honorable Heather Thornton. I would also like to thank our city manager, Mr. Mark Jinks, and our city council members, because they have also allowed us to make it this far and for you all to graduate today. Mayor Justin M. Wilson, Vice Mayor Elizabeth B. Bennett Parker, Councilman Kenneth Aguirre, Councilman John Taylor Chapman, Councilwoman Amy B. Jackson, Councilwoman Rodelia S. Del Pepper, Councilman Mohammed E. Mo Salvadine. Today, there is no day quite like it. In fact, there has never been a time like this. COVID-19 has meant you are graduating in the middle of a global pandemic, a time when schools, colleges, stores, offices, and pretty much everything has been required to close their doors across the United States of America and much of the world. These are times when we can actually collectively feel the uncertainty, the stress, the anxiety as individuals, as families, as a school division, and as a nation. For you, as graduating seniors, it has certainly meant the loss of our traditional senior celebrations, those rites of passage that you were expected to partake and enjoy as you transition to the next phase of your lives. This global pandemic has touched all of us in so many different ways, and there is no way to fully eliminate the suffering that it has brought. However, this global pandemic has offered us an opportunity to pause. It has given us an opportunity to reflect on our priorities, as well as an opportunity to press the reset button on our lives. In many ways, these are times that bring with them great opportunity for change. At a time when access to education, to technology is critical, we have been forced to think even harder about how we deliver equitable access to educational opportunities and educational resources for all students, no matter their background or where they come from. This global pandemic has created a moment in time, one where we have a chance to create a new normal. This may mean reevaluating who we are as individuals. This may mean evaluating who we are as a student body and who we are as a nation. And there is no going back. We can only move forward. Class of 2020, these past few weeks, people have shown they are tired of the old ways of our nation. We will no longer put up with the racial inequalities and inequities and racism and bigotry and African Americans being treated in ways they would not even begin to contemplate treating others. Recently, we have seen people protest and speak up about the senseless murders of 2 African American men, George Floyd in Minnesota and Ahmaud Arbery, who was jogging in a residential neighborhood. We've witnessed Amy Cooper calling the police and falsely stating her life is being threatened and in danger by an African American man while walking her dog in Central Park. What has been tolerated for too long can no longer be tolerated. Class of 2020, we must advocate for social justice and anti-racism in America, regardless of your race, regardless of your background. This is a new time in all of our lives, when all lives must matter and we must rethink our priorities, our values, and reinvent a new normal. This is a time that we must understand the power of privilege in our country and embrace our discomfort when discussing race. Class of 2020, we must accept the harsh reality that our country has as a foundation of racism since the first Africans were kidnapped and brought to Jamestown in 1619. You all have the power to rewrite the narrative for the future of our country. You all have the ability to really bring all races together, to overcome adversity. Class of 2020, each and every single one of you can ensure that we do not continue to repeat history time and time again and to perpetuate the racial tension that continues to exist, not only in our country, but right here in the city of Alexandria. You know, we're asking you, class of 2020, to not look back. Yes, we must remember our history so that we don't repeat it. But we want you to look forward. We want you to look on this summer, not as a time when you missed out on your senior experience, although we know you did. Instead, look forward and create this as a pivotal moment when we say we will never go back to the way things were. How far your voice is heard, that's up to you. How far you go to seize this moment is up to you. You will need to go out and seek it and achieve it. You can only be heard if you actively participate. So my advice today, class of 2020, is don't just get involved. Get actively involved. Don't allow the past or even today determine your future. Don't allow your life's circumstances to define who you will become. I believe in each and every one of you, and I know that you all will succeed. Once a Titan, always a Titan. And as a fellow Titan, I know that we are giants, blessed with the power and the ability to change the world as we know it. It is the Titan spirit that will transform you from TC students into the next generation of leaders who will conquer this world. So congratulations, class of 2020. I wish you all the best and the brightest of futures. And I wish you the best in making this world the kind of place that you and I want it to be. Whether you know it or not, each and every one of you in the class of 2020 has a special place in my heart and will always have a special place in history here in the Alexandria City Public Schools. So class of 2020, continue to be safe, continue to be healthy, and please continue to advocate. Congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you.
Hi, Virginia Senator Mark Warner here, and I want to offer my heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2020. Congratulations, you made it. Now, I know you never expected to be graduating during a period of a pandemic, but rest assured, you live in the greatest country in the world and the greatest state in that country, and we will get through this. All I ask of you is that you stay engaged in your community. That doesn't mean you all have to be involved in politics all the time, but what happens at your local level, your state level, and your national level affects your lives. Make sure your voices are heard. So congratulations, class of 2020. Go Titans.
One thing that I fear are expectations. We expected senior year to be great. Everybody did. I expected to be going to spring break with all my gals. But I spent spring break working because my family needs me, and I had to meet their expectations because it's a difficult time. And that's what I wanted to tell everybody.
My family will be personally affected by
COVID-19 pandemic,
coronavirus, what this virus has to bring,
death,
losing my family,
fear is losing the people that are really close to me.
I've already lost my grandmother to it.
It's no longer having them around.
And how everything will be different than what we perceive now.
The abyss after death. I feel like that got too real quick.
I fear never being noticed.
Not being heard or seen.
I fear being forgotten.
Not having someone to go to.
I'm afraid of not being loved.
I fear school shootings.
The thing I fear the most is not being able to live up to the expectations I set for myself.
I'm afraid of failure and not achieving my goals.
I fear failure.
Failure?
Failure.
Failure.
Failing in life.
I don't like to not be good at something.
Not being able to succeed.
Not being successful.
Not succeeding.
Not meeting my full potential.
Disappointing my family.
I fear disappointing those who have given me the opportunity to succeed.
Not doing anything significant that I'll be proud of one day.
Time.
I am afraid that if I'm not perfect, no one will like me.
Getting so self-absorbed that I'm no longer serving the people around me.
What are people gonna say when I do this? What if I don't do it right? What are people gonna think?
I fear being unable to make other people happy.
Not being given the chance to prove myself.
But you know, I also don't want to live my life so stressed out about getting everything right that I don't live.
I fear the future. That kind of scares me.
I'm afraid of the dark.
Well, to be honest, tall men.
I fear throwing up.
Snakes, tarantulas,
spiders.
Spiders never will mess with. Sprickets.
What I fear most is Mother Nature and how brutal she can really be.
I fear that we will reach the point where the issue of climate change is no longer solvable.
Fear the unknown.
Unknown, mediocrity, and bigotry.
Running out of options.
Taking things for granted and having regrets in the future.
I have regrets about the future I've created just because of the fear of the unknown.
Not being able to do the things that I enjoy to do.
The next chapter of my life, making the wrong decisions. Leaving my best friends when I go to college.
That I will not be able to make memories with friends this summer.
Won't have a normal college experience.
An online school for freshman year.
I'm afraid of how different our transition is going to be this next year.
When they go off to college and separate, that's going to hurt a lot.
I fear growing up.
Making some adult decisions
because I'm still young and I still don't know what I want to do.
My biggest one is growing up. Like, I can't really imagine how my life would be as an adult. Like, I just don't want to live my teenage life.
I'm a very shy person and I keep to myself, so I think I just fear not putting myself out there enough.
I fear the road of challenges ahead. Although they're going to be hard, I will overcome them.
A lot of things has happened to me that has made me become fearless.
I'm prepared for my future and I am not fearful.
But I will try to be the most positive I can be.
I'm afraid of dying without making mistakes, because we learn from them. Knowing that we are not perfect makes us unique. Remember, we are the future of this country. We are the future of the United States of America. We are the hope and the pride of our families.
Greetings to my wonderful Titans of the class of 2020. You did it. This is a moment of joyous celebration as you graduate T.C.Williams High School. You should be proud of all that you have accomplished in your classes, in athletics, in clubs, in the arts, and all other endeavors you completed while here at TC. Be proud and raise your head high. Today marks the end of one era and the start of another. I can promise you that the class of 2020 will always be remembered. I, like many of you, am saddened by the fact that we are not together as one TC family to hand off diplomas, shake hands, and hug. Our current reality will simply not allow for that at this time. The class of 2020 has endured so much, and we wanted to put together this production to honor and celebrate you as you graduate today. I look forward to the day when we can see each other again and plan future events to make up for what you have lost. A very special thanks to all involved in making this virtual graduation come together, including the T.C.Williams High School TV Media Productions students and staff, and the ACPS Office of Communications. Thank you for all of your hard work. When I think about the class of 2020, what I remember is not the emotional senior year that we have had or at school closures. What I remember is how your generation has the power to change the world as we know it. I see this in all of you every day at TC. Your advocacy, your sense of justice, and your unwillingness to accept the wrongs in society have shaped who you are, and I hope will continue to shape who you become. These are amazing traits to have, and ones that we need now more than ever. We are so lucky to be at TC, as there is no other place like it in the world. We have a population of students and staff that truly represent the new global majority, and being at TC has helped prepare you for the wider world. I will remember how your class developed the skill of perseverance, whether intentional or not. Nonetheless, you persisted, all of you. Our sudden school closures in response to a worldwide pandemic is simply unprecedented and has thrown all of us into a new way of living with almost no notice. But you have done it and still made it here today to graduation. We continue to face challenges of our school closures as well as the closure of what we used to know as normal life. But in recent weeks, we have seen the latest resurgence of an age-old pandemic in our country, racism. We have witnessed the horrors of racism unfold through the unwarranted and vicious murder of yet another black man, George Floyd. We have to face the shame and disgrace of racism in our country. Our citizens have responded by taking to the streets all across the country to demand justice. But what is different this time? This is certainly not the first time our citizens have taken to the streets to protest against the horrors of racism. So why is this different now? The impact of closures, quarantines, stay-at-home orders have made life such that we have nowhere to hide and bury our feelings. We cannot simply go about life as normal to distract us. The shameful killing must be a catalyst for change. We can no longer remain silent or claim that the problem exists somewhere else. It's a problem here and throughout the nation. I discuss this with you today on a day of celebration because it's the right thing to do. You are a generation that's going to change the world, and while we may think we all have basic fundamental rights, that is not a reality for all of us. I ask you to use your strengths to become agents of change and participate in productive action that will result in our country instituting justice that has been so elusive for 244 years. As Dr. King stated, true peace is not merely the absence of tension, but the presence of justice. So, I implore you to continue to advocate and use your skills to fight the injustices in our country. Only through your activism and commitment will we be able to make progress. And while sometimes it may seem as if change is not possible, you must remain resilient, no matter how difficult that may feel at the current time. To do this, let's all become more than allies for our brothers and sisters around the country. Let's become co-conspirators who are willing to lean into discomfort and spring into action to help dismantle the systems of oppression and the isms of marginalized groups to help ensure that everybody will always have the right to breathe. So, class of 2020, I thank you for being one of the most special classes I have ever had the privilege of leading. I challenge you to lead the way and to be the change that you want to see in the world, and to accept nothing less because your futures matter. While this day is not what we expected it to look like, my hope is that you will enjoy your graduation, your class of 2020, and your class of 2020 documentary. Also, please join us tonight in lighting up Alexandria City by displaying red, white, and blue lights and show your Titan pride. Thank you to all of my graduates, and thank you to your families and your loved ones for supporting you and for supporting our school that stands as a symbol in our city, one where dreams come to fruition, and one where there is a proud legacy. Once a Titan, always a Titan. Class of 2020, congratulations. I miss you and love you all.
Titans, I now have the honor and privilege of introducing our keynote commencement speaker, Noah Lyles. Noah is a proud graduate from the class of 2016. As you may already know, Noah is a homegrown Alexandria superstar who is now on the world stage for his accomplishments and hard work in track and field, specializing in sprints. When he was at TC, he broke decade-old high school records at the national level, making him the fastest high school sprinter at the time. After leaving TC, he continued competing and racking up more and more medals. When he decided to go pro, he signed a contract with Adidas and decided to run for them. Noah has continued to break records and hold personal best. Here at TC and in Alexandria, I know we have all been waiting to watch and see the Olympic teams come together for the Olympics in Tokyo this summer. Unfortunately, due to our worldwide pandemic, that will have to wait. But I can say that I am confident we will be seeing Noah on the medal platforms at the Olympics soon. It is because of his trailblazers, in this case literally. Like Noah, we are all proud to be Titans. So Titans, please give it up for your commencement speaker, Noah Lyles.
Congratulations, T.C.Williams, class of 2020, all 898 of you. I am Noah Lyles, and I am proud to be your commencement speaker today. First off, I'd like to thank Dr. Hutchins, Mr. Ballas, and Ms. Saunders for letting me come up here and speak. Today, I want to talk about creating your own path, whether it's with or against the status quo. Now, you might be thinking, well, who am I? Well, I am Noah Lyles. But more importantly, I am you 4 years ago. That's right, just 4 years ago, I was a senior. And to prove it, here's my cap. I don't know if they let you guys color your caps now, but they didn't for us. But, you know, some of us take care. Rebels, everything. Anyway, I was just like you, going through the days of being a senior, happy and exciting. Now, just like you, I had a status quo to say, a path that everybody should take. And that path was go to college, get a degree, you know, get on a sports scholarship. And then for me, try to go pro in track and field. And I just didn't like that. I wanted to take a different path. I wanted to be different than what everybody else was saying that you should go. The way that was set in stone, I wanted to make a whole new path. And to get there, I had to take another path. I decided with me and my brother that I was going to go pro straight out of high school. I was going to be a professional track and field athlete right out of high school. And that's exactly what me and my brother did. We became the first male sprinters to ever go professional straight out of high school for track and field. And in that time, these 4 years, I became the 300-meter indoor world record holder, the 4th fastest man ever to live in the 200. I became a 2-time world champion and won a decent amount of awards while doing it. But those are only accomplishments. Now, some might say that accomplishments are everything. Accomplishments are what make you. But I want to challenge that thought. I'm here to say that it's more the journey and how you got to those moments that are what really make you. Well, what are those things that get you there? And I'd say it's adversity. Just like now in 2020, I bet you didn't see yourself graduating like this, where you're at home, stuck, can't go outside with your cap and gown on, probably with a few of your family and your brother and sister, and you're having to take more phone calls than you wanted to give. You wanted to give more hugs and high fives and everybody come to see you in a big auditorium and be able to walk across the stage and say, I did it, and go out and party and have fun because these was 12 years that you said, I have to get my education and I'm going to celebrate when it's all finished. But it's not like that. But I also heard that the class of 2020 was different from the others. I heard that the class of 2020 was courageous. I heard that they were kind, and I heard that they were relentless to do what was righteous. I heard that they were willing to stand up for anything that was unheard of as bad. For me, it sounds they were born for times like this, for times like 2020, where in the span of just a few months, we have already dealt with World War III scares. We've dealt with Kobe Bryant's untimely death. We've dealt with the coronavirus, the postponement of the Olympics. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, being locked inside your house, now we are dealing with civil injustice. But like I said, the class of 2020 is different. Now, as you go out into the world, I just want to share a few of my adversities that could probably help you to understand that you were made for times like this. In my life, I've had to deal with many adversities, and some might see me on TV and think, he got it all good. Life is easy. He gets paid. He gets paid well. He speaks well on TV. He has no issues. He's always on TV with a smile on his face, ready to take on competition. But life now and even back then was different, and it was harder. So I just want to share a few of mine. The first adversity I want to share with you guys today is I was born with asthma. And I'm talking severe asthma. Now imagine that. The 4th fastest man ever to live, born with asthma. That means that it was very hard for me to breathe. And not only that, I would have attacks on my body where I couldn't breathe in air. And it was compared to trying to breathe out of a straw. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to breathe out of a straw, but it is very hard. So already hearing that he is probably not going to play sports, he doesn't even need to worry about that. All he needs to worry about is getting healthy. But I remember my mom telling me that it's days like this where you probably think that nothing is going to change. It's just going to stay the same forever, but it won't. And in the future, you'll be able to look back at moments like this and think, wow, I didn't even remember that. It was such a distant memory that you can go on and you can say, that was a time that I overcame the hard part in my life. Another adversity I had to deal with was bullying. And I'm not talking about going outside after 3 p.m., meet me there, I'm gonna fight you, you're gonna fight me, physical bullying. I'm talking about more mental bullying. I was actually bullied by females. And a lot of people think that, and it's like, no, there's no way. He's too confident. The way that he presents himself is too overbearing. It's way too much confidence in the way that he walks and talks. There's no way this guy was bullied as a child. I was definitely bullied by females where they play with your mind, because females don't bully like males. They definitely get inside your mind and start making you think horrible things. But it was another thing that I was determined not to let stop me. And even when I thought I was done with the females, I had to move on to the teachers. Yes, I was bullied by teachers because some people believe that athletes get too much recognition. And they believe that you should not go on an easy path just because you're an athlete. But trust and believe, just because you're an athlete doesn't mean that we don't work hard, that we aren't human, that we don't feel. And that is bullying and injustice, just like the way that people are treated because they are not the same color as you. Imagine that. Another form of bullying. Another adversity I had to go through was my ADD. And for people who don't know what that stands for, it stands for Attention Deficit Disorder. And that means that I have a very active imagination. I have a very active brain processing. It's different than others. It moves very fast. My attention is swayed different ways very quickly. It can be very hard to focus on one thing, but it's possible to focus on one thing. But that didn't make it easier for me. Now, people who usually hear that say, put them on Ritalin. And Ritalin is a medication that a lot of kids will probably deal with who have attention deficit disorder. But let me tell you what it does. It first calms you down so you're not as energetic. So you're seen as dull in your mind. And you're very one-dimensional. You have one train of thought. Also, your hunger taken away. So in this time period where you're on this medication, you seem very normal. And probably everybody who around you was complaining, oh, he's so well behaved now. He's so simple-minded. He's doing the work exactly how I want it. Not saying a word, not saying anything. I don't have to worry about him bouncing off the walls or anything like that. But all of that was my character. All of that was the energy that I had for enjoying life. And now, when you actually want me to say something, and because you're worried that your child may not be feeling good, that they might be sad or depressed inside, all you're going to get while this child is on that medication is, I feel okay. A blank stare of, I feel okay. And now you're wondering, is he even in there anymore? And I did not want that to be for me. So I decided I would get off the medication and I would learn how to be able to balance my energetic self with my self-control, because I did not want to be another child who just goes through the motions. I wanted to create my own destiny. My last adversity that I want to talk about is my dyslexia. Now, a lot of y'all might already know that I have dyslexia if you look at my social media. I have quite a few misspellings, and it definitely brings on bullying. And most people would think, again, Noah's too popular. He has all these followers and he's seen on TV every day. There's no way this guy can be bullied. Imagine you want to post something and you want to give somebody a shout out, but you spell something wrong in that shout out. And next, all you see is about 5 to 6 to 10 comments saying you spelled that wrong. Or even go further and to go into your DMs and say, what's the matter with you? You don't know how to spell? See, this is why everybody needs to go to college, because you get people like this who think they can just get away with not spelling things correctly. And to them, I tell them the same thing that I tell my friend. Even if I knew how to spell the word correctly, my brain would not let me. My brain has told my eyes that this was that I spelled with a Z is actually a was with an S at the end. And even though I double check it 5 times, my brain still tells my eyes that you did a good job. And I post it. And yet people don't understand the possibility that your brain can work that way. And it's not something that I can change. But I've come to peace knowing that my brain works that way. And I have to come to peace knowing that people aren't going to understand that. But that doesn't mean that I won't try to fight for equality. Because just like the way I think, there are people over in the world being ridiculed just because their eyes are a different color. Imagine that. That's the adversity that you're going to have to live with in the world. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this because I want you to be strong and know that this is coming and you can make it through it. Now, from everything that I've told you today, you would think there's no way that this Noah Lyles who is speaking to you today could be here at this moment. There's no way that this guy with a one-track mind could be giving a speech. There's no way that someone who has suffered so much through bullying could even get up the courage to come up and give a speech today. That this guy could be out there running and be happy at the same time. There's no way. But facing those adversities are what got me here today. And now I ask you, class of 2020, during these times of adversity, what will be your legacy? What will people remember you for? What will you want to change? What will you want to speak up for? Will it be civil rights, going out and saying that we all need the same treatment, that we all are equal? Will it be that you want to stop bullying, that you want to, again, say that just because someone's a little different, that you don't understand them, doesn't mean that we need to ridicule them and make them feel lesser? Will you be standing up for inequality and homophobics? Will you be saying that just because they have a different way of love than me is wrong? Will you stand up to cure cancer because you believe that everybody should have a right to clean health, that everybody should be saved no matter who they are? Will you be stopping global warming because you believe that everybody should be able to experience this beautiful earth that we are living on, and that you want to see it last longer so that we can make it better each day that we go on? Whatever you choose, stand strong, because there will be adversity throughout your whole life. And you need to know that you can make it through, because just this time period of 2020 will not be your last. And you can make it through the next one and the next one and the one after that. And you will look back on times of 2020 and say, I got through that and I came out stronger than ever. Class of 2020, I challenge you to make them always remember the Titans. Thank you, and God bless.
Hope. Hope is those dreams, goals, and aspirations that we desire, whether internally for ourselves or for those around us. For me, my hope is to make a lasting impact, whether it be on one person or thousands. I want to be able to be that sparkle, that glimmer of light that improves someone else's day. Hope.
I hope to live a prosperous life. I want to secure a future, a bright future for myself and my family.
I hope to do things for my people. I want to make a change.
I hope that the world is a better place in 50 years.
World practicing peace, love, and kindness towards one another.
I hope that everyone can get along, live in peace.
Society won't be so cold to each other anymore.
To just keep pushing through any obstacles that come my way.
I hope to be able to firsthandly watch the world evolve into a place where we're no longer judgmental and everyone is allowed to express how they feel and be absolutely who they are in a safe environment.
I hope for world peace, like no more violence, war, brutality, racism. We're all human, we should respect each other.
That we can all get along and that we can have better, safer communities for our future generations.
People are no longer marginalized.
That the world is progressing. It's moving towards justice and equality rather than away from it.
I hope I can better the world.
Just a better future for the world in general.
I hope for the healing process of people.
To give back to those who helped me along the way.
I hope to be a better version of myself.
To help better people's lives.
Change is the future.
I hope for change.
I hope that we all get to see everything we worked so hard for in the near future.
And what do I hope for? I hope for a future that is better than what it looks like considering everything in this world right now.
One thing that I hope is that everyone stays safe and everyone stays healthy during times like these.
I hope to be safe and healthy.
Everything's gonna be okay. Just gotta relax, breathe, and be positive and stay strong.
The past is history. The future is a mystery, but the present is a gift. That is why it is called present. Live your life the way you want. Enjoy it, because today we are, tomorrow we don't know.
Mohammed Adnan, Ramla Adnan, Herson Arturo Aguilar Reyes, Jose Lucas Argueta Romero, Madison Davis, David Donnelly, Dania Patricia Espinoza Lopez, Jasmine Flores, Malik Gizau, Jennifer Granados, Nehemias Isaac Guzman Marquez, Michael Hainsworth, Julio Hueso Ramos, Mahmoud Adelbi, Fernanda Mondragon, Jason Paz, Carlos Pineda Izaguirre, Ligny Pineda Mahano, Sterling Queen, Naomi Quincho, Diaelis Marilee Rivera Rivera, Eric Romero Molina, Markel Smith Daniels, Marco Tulio Anibal Temaj Temaj, Wendy Alexandria Zuniga Salgado. At this time, will the class of 2020 please stand? By virtue of the authority vested in me as principal of T.C.Williams High School, by the laws of the Commonwealth of Virginia, and their governing regulations and policies of the Virginia State Department of Education and the Alexandria City School Board, I hereby confirm that the seniors of the class of 2020, whose names have been presented to me, are now graduates. Congratulations.